Mob vs. Tatsumaki, the ultimate Esper Showdown. When anime fans debate psychic powerhouses, Mob Psycho 100's Shigeo Mob Kageyama and One Punch Man's Tatsumaki inevitably come up. Let's be real. These two could probably crush entire cities in a casual afternoon if they were feeling spicy. But who wins when push comes to telekinetic shove? Strap in for a hype-fueled breakdown of their strongest feats, comedic commentary, and more speculation than you can throw a spoon-bending contest at. S-Class Rank 2 hero Tatsumaki, aka Tornado of Terror, usually walks around like she's got better places to be, and she probably does. She's considered the most powerful Esper in One Punch Man, which is a huge flex given that the hero roster includes guys who can literally punch meteors away. Psychos plus Orochi fusion beatdown is possibly her flashiest feat. We're talking a monstrous fusion that parted oceans and caused tsunamis on a continental scale. Tatsumaki focuses her mind, lifts entire chunks of city, and nearly solos this cosmic-level threat. And she was holding back! According to Creator 1, if Tatsumaki's 100% healthy and not babysitting allies, she'd likely flatten almost any opponent who crosses her path. That includes monstrous foes who dabble in borderline god power. For MP100 fans, Shigeo Mob Kageyama is about as threatening as soggy toast, until you provoke him enough to push him into triple-digit territory. Then everything goes boom. The beast called Unknown Percent. This is Mob's repressed psychic energy at full force. Think of it as his emotional dam bursting, unleashing an ocean of psychic power so intense it dwarfs his usual 100% explosions. The catch? He loses all emotional restraint, operating purely on subconscious instincts. Unknown Percent can siphon the psychic energy from the environment, and possibly other Espers. If he can figure out how to yank away Tatsumaki's telekinetic power, that's an instant game changer. It's widely accepted that in his own series, no one outclasses Mob when he's fully unleashed. He's like a walking natural disaster, except he might apologize afterward for any inconvenience. The big showdown, Mob vs. Tatsumaki. 1. Firepower. Comparison. If you're going purely by destruction, Tatsumaki's telekinesis is basically large-scale city busting. Maybe even low continental, if you count her psychic fling-a-city chunk feats. Meanwhile, Mob at Unknown Percent can shred multi-city blocks, but whether he can handle something on Tatsumaki's scale remains up for debate. 2. Skill versus rage. Tatsumaki's seasoned in battles against monstrous threats. She's used to adversity, and her control is near flawless. Mob's Unknown Percent mode is unmatched in raw force, but he's an emotional volcano. If his meltdown ends quickly or he hesitates, Tatsumaki might capitalize in a flash. 3. Psychic absorption trick. The million-dollar question. Can Mob siphon Tatsumaki's energy like a psychic black hole? If yes, then Tatsumaki's advantage might vanish. If no, she could toss him around like a rag doll. 4. One's take. The creator himself once mused that Tatsumaki would typically outclass Mob unless he's going all out, at which point he's not sure. Then again, that comment predates some massive power jumps, both in OPM's updated manga feats for Tatsumaki and Mob's final display in MP100. So, it's a coin toss at best. Hype on steroids, who's likely to edge out? Betting on Tatsumaki? She's proven to fling entire cities, face down monstrous fusions, and pivot quickly to protect her allies. Her mental fortitude is insane. If she keeps her distance and plays her typical I can hurl giant boulders from 50 miles away game, Mob's in trouble. Especially if she doesn't let him gather enough psychic juice to warp the battlefield. Betting on Mob? If he hits Unknown Percent and manages to absorb some portion of Tatsumaki's power, we might see a meltdown for the ages. There's also a chance Tatsumaki underestimates him because, hey, he's a sweet-looking kid. That could be her downfall. Conclusion, let the psychic sparks fly. So who wins? Let's be honest. It all depends on how the writers and the cosmic dice roll. If you're a diehard Tatsumaki fan, you'll say she'd squash Mob with a flick of her finger. If you're rooting for sweet, humble Mob, you'll claim his Unknown Percent meltdown puts the Tornado of Terror in her place. Either way, the real victor is the fandom, because this is the kind of matchup that we love to debate until the end of time.